Multilingual capabilities of lists. Text elements of a program, this also includes headings, can be translated into various languages. When a user executes a program, relevant text elements are always automatically displayed in the logon language of the user, or the automatic language. To translate the text elements of your program, use the menu path Go to Translation from within the ABAP editor. To design text in the list core in several languages and be able to use the language functions, so-called text symbols are implemented. A text symbol consists of a 3-digit alphanumeric ID with 3 digits, as well as a translatable text and, like the headers, belongs to the text elements of a program. Two options for defining text symbols. From the ABAP editor, you follow the menu path Go to Text Elements, Text Symbols, or you address the text symbol in your source code using the syntax described below and double-click its ID, or this is called the forward navigation. To write a new text symbol, you use the statement text followed by 3 digits. For example, write text dash 100. If the text dash 100 doesn't exist, you can double click it to create a new one. So let's create some text symbols in our program, and let's learn why are they important and how can we use them. Once again, back in the system, let's go to transaction SE80, the object navigator, and let's go to our package cflight and to our cflight report. Let's modify this report so that it uses text symbols instead of this text code that we have here. So it is better if we could store this hard code or these constants somewhere in the system. So we can use the text symbols to store this, and it's going to provide us an easier way to give maintenance to our headers, for example. So let's click on change, and instead of using Erlang code, I'm going to cut this for now. And well, there's 2 ways to create text symbols. One way is to use text dash and a 3-digit alphanumeric number. So I'm going to use Z01, and that will indicate I'm creating a text. So I can double click on it, and the program tells me the text symbol does not exist. I want to create it. Yes, I say before leaving, and now I can create my text symbol, and the text is for the Erlang code, and I activate my text symbol and I go back. Another way to create this is using the menu Go to. There you go. I'm sorry, I'm having a problem with my computer. And you select text symbol. Yes, save. And here I can add my text symbol with text I want. And I activate. And then I just implement it in my code. So let's create text symbol for some of our text in our program. So let's create for flight date. That will be text 3. Double click, yes. yes, flight date, activate, and text CO4, text CO5, and text CO6. And I'm going to copy this on a WordPad just to keep how I have them here, so I can remember the names exactly. So I create the text for the title. Now let's create, oh, and we have to replace them here also, remember. Under text 01, text 02, and so on. Text C03, text C04, and 6. And we're also going to use text for our message. It's very important that we use text, because our programs can be accessed in different languages. And if we use text symbols, we can define the translation for each text symbol, so the texts are displayed in the language the user logs onto the system. So let's create also a text for this message. So text CO7. So let's double click to create all of our text. Yes. And text 4 was bookings amount. Text 5, occupied seats. Text 6, maximum seats. And text symbol 7 is the message. You don't have authorization for that airline. I'm going to make this bigger. And I'm going to activate. I have all my text symbols created, and I activate my program also. Let's run it just to check everything is okay. And we have a problem with the bookings amount. As you can see, it occupied all of this space. Let's go back to the text symbol. Apparently there was a problem with the text symbol booking amount. Yes, as you can see, it has 132 length. We only need 15. I don't know why this happened. Let's correct that. Activate our program and run. Now everything is okay. So now, as you can see, these texts are stored on text symbols. What if we want this to be displayed in another language? For example, let's say the Spanish language. So we need to provide the appropriate translation to SAP and log on the Spanish language. How do we provide the appropriate translation? We go to translation. The target language is going to be, let's look for Spanish, and we click OK. So now this screen is prompted, and we have to look for our text symbols for the appropriate translation. So text C01, here it is. So let's write it in Spanish. There's not enough space, so I'm going to abbreviate here. flight number, número de vuelo, that's in Spanish, flight date, fecha vuelo, bookings amount, that will be in Spanish, cantidad de reserva. And what else do we have? The occupied seats, asientos ocupados, doesn't fit, I'm going to abbreviate, asientos máximos, and you do not have authorization for that learner. In Spanish would be no tienes autorización para la aerolínea. We save our text symbols, and now we can go back. We activate our program one more time, and now let's try logging on a different language so we can see the difference of the titles. So let's close this. Yes, I want to log off. We log again one more time to our system. And language, we write the Spanish language. Yes, so we log in Spanish. Now our menu and everything's in Spanish, as you can see. And we go to the object navigator. We go to our program flight report. And we execute. As you can see, because this wasn't defined in the translation, the parameters are displayed with the name of the variables. We also need to provide this in the translation. We run, and now we can see the headings are in Spanish: code aerolínea, número de vuelo, fecha, cantidad de reservas, asientos, and asientos máximos. So using text simple is a really good practice. What about the error message? Remember, if we selected another airline, and we have the message, no tienes autorización para la aerolínea in Spanish. So always try to use text symbols instead of fixed strings.